The letter I never sent. Love doesn't always enter your life with fireworks. Sometimes it arrives quietly, like a familiar train you board every day. That's how Emily entered Jason's world. Silently, gently, and without warning. Jason lived a simple life. Books, morning trains, the same routine, the same silence. He never imagined anything extraordinary would happen to him. But every morning at exactly 8:40, Emily stepped into the same train compartment. She wasn't loud, she wasn't trying to be noticed, yet she had the kind of presence that lit up the corners of a dull morning. While he read his books, she sketched in her notebook faces, buildings, people she found interesting. Slowly, without even realizing it, Jason started waiting for that smile. It became the warmest part of his day. But he never spoke to her. He never even tried. The distance between them felt small. But for him, it was an ocean. One rainy night, something inside him finally overflowed. He sat at his desk in the quiet of his room and began writing a letter. Not to give her, not to confess anything, but simply to let the feelings he'd buried find a place to exist. He wrote about her laugh, the softness in her eyes, the way her sketches added color to his gray world. He wrote about how she made the mornings feel less heavy, and how someone who barely knew he existed had somehow become the person he thought of the most. When he finished, he folded the letter and slipped it inside an old book, a secret he never planned to reveal. But destiny had other plans. He ran back to the station, heart pounding, hoping someone had found it. At the lost and found desk, his bag was there, perfectly intact, but on top was a small yellow sticky note. Just one sentence, "You write beautifully, Emily." His world froze. The next morning, for the first time, Emily wasn't sketching. When their eyes met, he knew he could no longer hide. She held the letter in her hand, not with judgment, not with discomfort, but with the softness of someone who had found something precious. When he approached, she simply smiled. Their conversations began quietly, like two shy melodies learning to become a song, sharing snacks, laughing at small jokes, talking about dreams they never shared with anyone else. Her colors blended with his words. And soon, the two lonely routines they lived separately became one shared rhythm. Months passed, and their lives slowly intertwined in ways neither of them expected. Emily opened a small art cafe, a dream she'd held since childhood. On one wall, framed beautifully, hung two things: Jason's letter, the one he never meant to send, and her sketch of him from those early mornings on the train. People walked by and admired the frame, but only they knew the story behind it. How a forgotten bag, a found letter, and a moment of unexpected courage brought two strangers together. Sometimes, the love we're too afraid to express is the love that changes everything. Jason never planned to give her that letter, and yet, it became the beginning of a lifetime. Love doesn't always shout. Sometimes, it whispers. Sometimes, it waits. And sometimes, it writes itself into your life in ways you never saw coming. Subscribe for more